Maseches Megillah, Perek Aleph, Mishna. This Mishna explains what we learned in the previous Mishnah. So in the previous Mishnah, we learned that the Megillah could be read on the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th of Adar. And our Mishnah explains, Ketzad, how is this? How does it work out to be read on all of these days? So the Mishnah is going to go starting from when Yud Daled, which is the day of Purim in open cities, falls out on a Monday, and then it's going to go through the days of the week to Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way back around to Sunday. So Chol Yesem Arba Asar Basheni, if the 14th of Adar, which is the day of Purim for open cities, falls out on a Monday, so Kfarim V'Hayaris Gdelis Keren Bayim, the villages and the open cities read the Megillah on that day, on the 14th, on the Monday. Umokafes Chaim Alamachar, and the walled cities read the Megillah on the following day, the 15th, which is Purim for walled cities. Chaliyes Pashlishi Eiberavi, if Yudalid falls out on a Tuesday or Wednesday, so Kfar Makdimim Liyem Aknisa, the villages, they read it earlier on the day that they come in anyway on the Monday, which is if the 14th fell out on Tuesday, so Monday will be the 13th, and if the 14th was on Wednesday, then the Monday will be the 12th. So already over here we see how the Megillah can be read on the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. And regarding the 11th, that we'll see at the very end of the Mishnah. V'Hayaris Gdelis Keren Bayim, and the open cities will read the Megillah on that day, the Tuesday or the Wednesday, the 14th of the month. Umukafis Chaim Alamachar, and the walled cities will read on the next day, on the 15th. Chaliyes Bachamishi, if the 14th fell out on a Thursday, so Kfarim V'Hayaris Gdelis Keren Bayim, so the villages and the open cities read on that day, because the villagers are coming into the city anyway on this Thursday. Umukafis Chaim Alamachar, and the walled cities will read on the next day, the 15th, which is a Friday. The Mishnah continues, Chol Liyes Erev Shabbos, if the 14th falls out on Erev Shabbos, so Kfarim Makdimin Liyem Aknisa, the villages read on the day that they come in anyway, the Thursday, which is the 13th, V'Hayaris Gdelis Umukafis Chema Keren Bayim, and the open cities and the walled cities read on that day. The open cities will read on the Friday, because that's the day of Purim for them. It's the 14th of Adar. And the walled cities will read on Friday, because you can't read the Megillah on Shabbos, because there's a Gzeira that a person may come to carry the Megillah on Shabbos. And you can't push off the reading of the Megillah, because it says V'lo Yaver, so it has to be brought earlier to Friday. The Mishnah continues, Chol Liyes b'Shabbos, if the 14th falls out on Shabbos, so Kfarim V'Hayaris Gdelis Magdimim V'Keirim Liyem Aknisa, so both the villages and the open cities, they do it earlier, and they read on the day that the villages come in anyway, on the Thursday. So the villages read on Thursday, because that's the day that they will always read on, the earlier day in the week, the Thursday. And the open cities will also move it to Thursday, because since they can't read anyway on Shabbos, because of the Gzeira that they may come to carry, and so once we have to move it from the day, we move it to a day that's already being done, which is the Thursday for the villages. And the walled cities will read on the next day, the 15th of Adar, which is a Sunday. And the Mishnah concludes, Chol Liyes Achar Shabbos, if the 14th falls out after Shabbos on Sunday, so then Kfarim Makdimim Liyem Aknisa, the Kfarim will read earlier on the day that they come in anyway, which is the Thursday, which will be the 11th of Adar. The open cities will read on that day, the 14th of Adar, and the walled cities will read on the next day, the Monday, which is the 15th of Adar.